Join the Discord, patreon.com/shadesandtrades, to be part of a friendly, patient, and disciplined community of coachable traders that make brilliant buys and rare blunders. But first, make sure to knock out the like button in the next 5 seconds.
Do you ever just get down on your knees and thank God that you know me?
So, here we are. December 5th, 2025. The moment of truth has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin. I've been pounding the table on this. You know how some people are? They're not going to listen. So, we're in a downtrend. What does that mean? What does a downtrend mean? It means we just keep going down. Every time we come up to this trend line, we tank. That's what happens. Tank, right? We just drop. And here we are again. It was very important for us to break out, because if we don't break out, everything's just going to come down again. I said this. Those who listened, you know I'm not lying. You know I've been speaking the truth here. This is why I haven't bought heavy into anything. Did I trade the pullback? Yes, we did trade the pullback. We made money on SoundHound and APLD, hella money on APLD. We made good money on APLD and a little bit on SoundHound, but mainly APLD. BBAI we made money on that too, but it took a small loss, no big deal. This is why I said, like, hey, be very careful. If people are not willing to hold one of the riskiest bets out there, Bitcoin, what do you think is going to happen? If every time this happens we tank, what do you think? Like, look at this. If this turns out to be a bear market, this is bad. Christmas rally canceled maybe. Because this has to break that downtrend. This is it. Buyers have to show up here and not let it go lower. We cannot have that. Right? Like, we cannot have this not break the downtrend. Very, very critical point in the markets. Buyers are showing up right at the trend line, short term. But even then, that kind of doesn't look like a bear flag, actually. It's not a good look. It's not a very good look at all, actually. Whoa. Look at that. That's not something to get excited about. Until we get that downtrend break, be very, very cautious. Some of you have been loading calls, and I'm like, loading calls when we haven't even broken this downtrend? Are you kidding me? Until we break this, you shouldn't be loading calls like at all. Like, there should be no reason for loading calls. You're just asking to get destroyed, because what if this is a bear market? And buy your calls after. Go crazy with calls after we break the downtrend here. I have not alerted calls since October? I think the last call I alerted was Nvidia. We flipped it for like $50. No, it was AVGO. Remember, we bought AVGO calls and we flipped it real quick because it just looked like it was going to tank, and then it tanked, like the whole market tanked. Remember that? Remember that day? Yeah, this is it. This is the day. The last time I alerted calls was right here, October 9th. And we had that huge red day, right? Remember when everything just tanked? After that, I was like, yeah, we're not buying calls for a while because it just didn't feel right. So I didn't time the top here, but I mean, right here on this candle, a few days after the top was in, I knew like something ain't right if we're tanking like this. This is not the time to be buying calls. Wait for the reversal. There has been no reversal. We're still in the downtrend. So if this tanks over the weekend, we should see it back down to 80K. That's going to be a big level. Right? That's a big level. 80K right here. Let's turn that green. There you go. Nice and green. I wonder if this looks like a... Let me look long term. How does it look long term? Yeah, this is a very important level for us to hold. If we don't hold 80K, it would be the first time we don't hold it since this year, February. We were just... You don't know you're in a bear market until it's already, it's already too late. The last time we were in a bear market with this one, can you see it? We broke the downtrend here, and it was just almost a whole year of just keep going down, which sucks. I've been there. Same thing. You'll notice that we broke the trend to the upside. We broke the uptrend, and it was just a bear market. It was ugly. Everything dropped real cheap, right? Same thing here. This is a monthly time frame, so we still got 25 days, 26 days. Let me check. I can look. What am I doing? Yeah, we still have 26 days of December. So in the next 26 days, this thing better hold, because if it doesn't, what do you think is going to happen? Right? What do you think? I'm showing you the pattern. I'm not doing anything genius here. I'm just telling you like what I see here on the charts, right? What follows after that break of that uptrend line? We tank. It's a bear market. You just don't know it until you're deep in it. For as far as we know, October. Yeah, as far as we know, the top was up here, and as far as we know, we topped out in June, and then we entered the bear market in October, and here we are. We're just gonna keep going down if that's the case. I'm just showing you the pattern. So why is this relevant? Well, the lesson you should take away is, man, keep an eye on Bitcoin, because it's a good predictor of whether we're going to go lower or not. It might, even though Bitcoin has nothing to do with BBAI, has nothing to do with CoreWeave or the many other stocks out there, the other companies out there, because Bitcoin isn't a company, right? It's just it's crypto. It's whatever you want to call it. It's something risky that people don't want to hold when we're in an environment where people they just don't want to hold. People don't want to hold. They just don't. Period. That's it. If people wanted to hold this, we wouldn't be down here. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? Risk on. People are not risk. There's no risk here. People don't want to take risk. There's no risk on right now. So I don't know what the fear and greed index looks like for the people that like learning more than anything. People have been calling me Coach Shades. Watch out. There's going to be Coach Jeff, maybe Coach Sherry in the future. Because the people who study and put in the work, those are the people that grow in the Discord and become really good traders. If you can make a lot of money in a downtrend, in a bear market, just imagine how much you're going to make in a bull market. That's something people don't think about. Let me just check the fear and greed index, because this has got to be one hell of a fear and greed index on this. Whoa, we're at fear 41. Don't be fooled. I get it. You saw a lot of AI and quantum stocks surge. Even right now, there's some AI stocks here. There's some stocks here that are green, but don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Don't just look at the green and be biased and be like, oh my god, we're green, woo, and just completely ignore the bottom half of your watch list. Like, wait a minute, whoa, what's going on here? Whoa, right? What happened? Don't do that. Don't be so biased that you're ignoring the other side of things. If people are not willing to hold Bitcoin, you best believe we're going to come down lower. So this is a good lesson. Next time you see crypto tanking like this, that now like, man, I need to be cautious, because I've seen this already before. Back in 2025 of December, I've seen this before in October. I've seen this kind of choppy action. I've seen these kinds of volatile drops. I'm recognizing these. I've seen these patterns before, and because you've built that pattern recognition, next time you go this happens again. Next time we get one of these, you're going to be like, oh, I've seen this before. It's time to either, buy puts, or just time the pullbacks in a downtrend, which is not easy. You got to know what the hell you're doing. But you essentially time you go long like around here, and you just make your money on the way up, and then you take the profit and rinse and repeat as it keeps going lower. It's not that easy. I make it seem easy. If you're in the Discord, we've been making like thousands of dollars just flipping it over and over again, going long. We're not even shorting. We're just going long. That is not as easy as I make it look, right? Magnus Carlsen, he makes chess look easy. No, it's not as easy as just moving the pieces. I promise you. So there you go. Hopefully a very valuable lesson on using Bitcoin as a measure as to whether people want to hold and be risky. Right now, again, not the time to be buying calls. I recognized that back right at the beginning of all of this. I was like, wait a minute, this is not right. So you'll get there. You will get there. It's gonna take time, right? You got to build up that pattern recognition, right? Until you build that pattern recognition, you're not gonna recognize these kinds of warning signs ahead of time. For me, it's easy because I've done this already, seen it so many times. So there you go. Just wanted to make sure you're studying. You're not gonna grasp every concept right away. So many people, they want to get into the markets and immediately be as knowledgeable and as good as someone that's been doing this for a while, right? And unfortunately, there's people like Maga Nick who, they'd rather buy and go down with their ship on NUAI and gamble, despite me telling them it's not a buy. It's at the purple line is still all the way down here. It looks like a descending triangle. Like, this looks terrible. People got cocky yesterday because we had a big green day. It might turn out to be just a fake out, and we're gonna come down lower. Because nobody wants crypto right now. What the hell? We need crypto to hold up. Always, always, always pay attention to the kings. If the kings aren't holding up, it's time to be cautious. That goes along with that. That's the same for Nvidia. That's the same for Palantir. That's the same for APLD. That's the same for Bitcoin. Always pay attention to the kings. And one last thing. XLK, the technology sector. When it's showing weakness, what happens? When it goes down, boy oh boy, does it bring everything down with it, right? Because everything needs what? I got a laptop, I got a desktop, I got a Nintendo Switch 2 with some video games in there about Metroid Prime 4, right? I got 4 monitors. I got an iPad right there. I can't even look around without me pointing to something that has some kind of chip or technology in it. The mic, the mouse, the cat. No, I'm kidding. I'm getting not the cat. That'd be funny if the cat did have a chip or something. It was a robot cat, but no. The treadmill. Literally the treadmill too. That's what's funny. Like when technology starts dropping, you better pay attention. So add these to your watch list. Palantir, Nvidia, XLK to get a good look at the overall technology sector. And of course, APLD, the king of AI infrastructure, although people don't think so just yet. And keep an eye on, most importantly, Bitcoin, because it's one of the riskiest out of all of them. If that one is not breaking its downtrend, if that one is breaking its uptrend, if that one is doing anything funny that just seems off, you pay attention. And I've been pounding the table on this whole week because I knew this was coming. It was inevitable. We were going to get to this point today. And it was going to be the moment of truth. Do we finally go on a huge tear, or are we going to come down lower? We're going to find out very soon. And over the weekend, keep an eye on this bad boy. It has to hold this trend line right here. But even then, that looks like a bearish pattern here. Right? You see it? I see it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh no, that's not the kind of pattern you want to see. Yeah, so what would happen is we go down. Yeah, so double top along inside a bearish flag is what it looks like as well, right? Like, that's just not... And that would cause us to come down to like 75 to 80K again. So keep an eye on it over the weekend. That's the good thing. That's another thing about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is 24/7. So if you keep an eye on it over the weekend, you can see like, oh, Bitcoin tanked on Saturday or on Sunday. Oh, no. That's not good, because the market's going to gap down and drop a lot. So again, don't underestimate Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has that advantage over the other kings, over XLK as well, that it's 24/7. It's always the data is always available. It's always moving. So if it tanks over the weekend, you get to see that, and you already know, like, oh man, this tanked to 80K. 75K, 70K, already ahead of time, like, oh man, we're not gonna start off the week looking good, right? And who knows what's gonna happen after. So there you go. This is a bit of a longer video, but I really had to make a point, do some analysis, just making sure that you're looking at the kings. So write that down. Look at the kings, add them to your watch list. That's it for the video. You guys have a great day. Stay warm, because it's winter here, and you better believe I am not going to be doing no I am not going to be doing no what is it, walk in the park episodes. because it's way too cold. Yeah, I'm freezing even right now. All right, I'm gonna go warm up in the sauna Sutreba. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Learning to Read the Charts.